Now at 6 o'clock here on 13 News, we're learning new details about a deadly murder-suicide. The woman in this case shot right in the middle of the street.
Now, police are telling us her ex-boyfriend killed her before turning the gun on himself.
Yeah, what up? Just a Real Talk podcast, and I am your host, Fly Capone. And like always, we're going to jump straight into it, man. I want to start off by talking about, in my city, Indianapolis, Indiana, it was a double homicide, suicide, and it seems to be a domestic situation. So I just want to say, man, it's not cool, first of all, to put your hands on a woman. Second of all, it's not cool to inflict wounds, definitely on yourself, if you're not man enough to stand up with to your mistakes. You know what I mean? And if it gets that deep where you feel like you have to harm someone on top of harming yourself, it's probably best you just remove yourself from the situation. That way you can still enjoy life and your spouse can enjoy life as well, because it's not the end of the road. You know what I mean? It may not work. Some things work, some things don't. Some things is for a lifetime, some is for a season. And that's something that we got to learn how to understand when it comes to relationships, friendships, or any type of ship. You know what I mean? Some things just ain't meant to last. You know what I mean? And with that being said, man, take care of yourself. If you're going through a domestic situation, it's best you try to remove yourself from the situation, man and female. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing good about it now. It's two people lost their life. If it's children involved, the children has lost their parents as well. And it's just not a good thing. And it's already sad enough that we are unaliving each other every day. And when I say each other, I'm talking about black people as a whole. You know, it's sad that we continue to erase ourselves and make ourselves extinct for things that could be sat down, talked about, understood, and it's always a better way. You know what I mean? And with that being said, man, much love and condolences to those victims' families. And like I say, if you're going through a domestic situation, just try your best to remove yourself from this situation and keep moving forward, because that's basically what it's all about. You know what I mean? And 18-year-old Nolan Wells was missing. He goes on a trip with 4 white guys. 18-year-old Nolan Wells is a black guy. Somehow, some way, the man comes up missing. No one knows where he's at or what happened to him. And they was on some type of island off the coast of Mississippi somewhere, somehow. I just don't understand how this particular thing happened, but the guy they end up finding his body floating in the water. So they looking to see if it's a homicide or how does this go. I really don't understand how this particular thing happened, especially when you sprinkle of pepper in the middle of a whole bunch of salt. It's not hard to see that the guy was missing. So they claim that they don't know how he came up missing or none of this type of thing when they was on the boat. And we all know how that goes. You know what I mean? They didn't got drunk or something, allegedly, and then tossed this man off the boat, probably knocked him out on the boat or something, and then threw him off the boat. They probably had hidden motives the whole time, you know, so you got to be careful who you're around. You always got to watch your surroundings, because sometimes you can be around people that don't mean you no good, especially when you're in the middle of a crowd that doesn't look like you. Not saying that all people is like that, but you have to be wary when you're around a bunch of folk that don't look like you, because somewhere down the line there's a hidden motive, and it usually don't turn out good, just like it didn't for 18-year-old Nolan Wells. And condolences to Nolan Wells' family. It is a good thing that they did find him, so they don't have to look for him and wonder what happened to him. Now they know. Now they just got to get to the bottom of what took place, because I really don't, me personally, I don't understand how the man could come up missing off a boat. It's 4 or 5 people on the boat, 4 white guys, 1 black guy, or however many people it was, and no one knows where this guy went or what happened or how did he fall off the boat. I don't even think the boat was that big. I don't even think it was like a yacht or no type of big old boat where people just walking around in rooms and stuff like that. I don't even think it was no type of boat like that. And yet still this guy comes up missing. Like, it's crazy, man, how we continue to get done, and then we'll see how this play out. I could almost guarantee that nothing's going to be done behind this particular situation, because there's no proof, but it's obvious that something foul took place. I don't see the man getting drunk and jumping off the boat his damn self. I understand people get drunk on boats and have, they party and have fun or whatever, but I don't see no one unaliving themselves, at least not intentionally, and then say if it was an accident, they would have known that. See what I mean? Anytime that they keep saying that they don't know what happened, to me, it just looks like something is trying to be covered up, because how y'all not know that this man was missing or what happened when he was on the boat with y'all? And like I said, the boat wasn't that big. So, whatever the case may be, the good thing about it is they did end up finding him, because he was missing for a few days. They goes on this trip and they return without him. No one knows what happened or where he went or how did he even get off the boat. So that's a red flag within itself. So I just want to say condolences to Nolan Wells' family once again. And you have to pay attention to your surroundings, people. Always. I don't care if you're around a whole bunch of people that look like you or you're not. You have to pay attention to your surroundings, because some people, you may think they mean you good, but their heart will lead them to a different direction. So if they really don't have no care or no real love about you, they may lead you to destruction, and you can't even see it coming because you don't have the gift. And the gift is discernment. You have to have a gift of discernment when you're dealing with people, no matter who they are, because you have to have an understanding, the feeling, the energy. When the energy ain't right, then that discernment will help you decipher whether you're around the right people or not. You know what I mean? So always try to tune in and pay attention to conversation, body language, and things like that when you're around a bunch of different people, because that could help you in the long run. And with that being said, it's the Real Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Fly Capone. Till next time, I'm out.